Okay, I want to admit, yeah, I was wrong about journals. About why do people have so many? They go through so many journals and then they don't even complete them, right? They don't even finish what they started. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to get a journal for the beginning of the year, but then around March, what happens? You get a whole new journal because why? Somebody else gave you something cute, right? But yeah, I was wrong. So let's get into it. The thing about a journal is that if you're going to have it, use it. Or if you've only got a few pages that you use and then you're just like, oh, I don't like this journal anymore, I've gotten a new one. Well, maybe donate it to someone. You know you're not going to go back and use it, or use it for something else other than just sitting there collecting dust, right? So maybe your grocery list, writing little notes to your friends and sending snail mail, using it as scratch paper. Like for me, I'd use it at work just to jot down things and then put it in the shredder. So I had about, let's say, 40 journals, and I gave a lot of them away. And so these particular journals were actually meant or intended to be gifts, right? But then I held on to them so long, it's like now these are my journals. So I did. I started giving them out and donating them and doing whatever I could to get rid of these journals. Now, there's noise in the background, so there's that. So I said, okay, I am not going to buy any more journals unless I fully use up the one that I have. That if I'm going to put something in there, I'm going to continue the same message, the same thinking throughout that entire journal. So if I'm writing about what happened to me as a young child or what have you, or my vacations, then that whole journal is going to be vacations. Now, this is not the end all be all for journals. This is just a way to save money, for one, and to keep you on the same path, the same track for that journal. So if you spend money on it, use it so you get some value out of it, or donate it. So I have had the same two journals for probably about 2 years now, and I'm going to share them with you. And so one I purchased, and I believe probably at Ross or what is that, Marshalls or something like that. And it's really cute. It's got, well, actually Ross because the sticker's here. And then it zips, which I love. And then it had more pages. So you could see there were more pages in here, and you see I ripped some out, right? And then I do have some stickers in the back too. So I just keep using this. If I start writing in this and then it just does not seem to continue, or I can't stay on track with that thought, or say I had an idea and then it just didn't pan out because, as a creative, you have all these ideas and they just don't pan out. So I tear the pages out because it's kind of like, you didn't come back to that. That did not spark any more interest than it did when you initially did it. So I will just take those pages out. I'll set them to the side actually, and I'll put them in my recycle pile or my shredding pile. And then when I go back to the shredding pile, I look at it and I say, oh, okay, yeah, you don't want to do anything with this. This was just a thought for that time, right? Because we go through cycles or thoughts or just different experiences. We'll be in another season, and that season, that is not anything you want to remember or rehash, write a book about, right? So lots of pages missing from here, but I do like it. It's pretty. I have seen other journals along my journey from 2 years ago that, oh yeah, oh that's so pretty, I would love that. Journaling has really stepped up its game. There are people out here, they are in the journal business, so they do have some beautiful work. And so I just told myself, okay, I'm not going to purchase any more journals. Happy if you want to do it, but I'm not going to do it because, for one, it could be expensive because, you're seeing a journal every time you go into a store. Somebody's offering one that looks better than the last one you got. So to save money, no. Then let me show you the other one, okay? This one, this is from the 40 journals. This is one that was left over. I gave it to my friend and I said, "Can you make these look pretty or what?" I knew she was an artist and she was just very creative. She created some beautiful work. I said, "Can you do that?" And so she was like, "Yeah, let me take it," right? So she gave it back to me after a while. I'm like, "Oh, this is beautiful." So she hand painted this, right? Her name is Monique. She hand painted it. Now, this is what the original cover looked like, right? And so she just did it freehand, but it's so beautiful. Now, it didn't come with this flower. I put this flower on here, right? So, because I love a flower. And so, but some of the pages are missing, but I'm not going to get rid of my friend's artwork, right? So I hold on to this and I just keep using it. And when it's done, I can actually frame this, right? And it can stay with me forever. Or if I want to share it with someone else, I can share it with someone else. But these are the only two journals I have. And I don't want to say I'm limiting myself, but I'm keeping myself within these journals with my creativity, with my expression, with my worries, with my joy, with my whatever. I got to jot down something, add something up. I got paper to do it, right? So I've had these, like I said, for at least 2 years and just utilizing them as I've needed to. Now, the one thing I want to say that I was wrong about is that if you have a journal and you are writing something that can be a book, okay, yes, let's do it. But don't only make it be just where people are scribbling something, right? Have a prompt and then have some lines so they can, you know, reflect on the prompt that you've given them, right? Utilizing it as a teaching tool. So if you are going to have a journal and you're selling it, what else are you offering in this journal to help somebody grow? Where is the market at for people who want journals, but they also want a whole nother layer for themselves so that, okay, yeah, I did this in the journal, I did this, I did this, and I did this. And then every time you made some entries, then at the end of it, it is actually a book. So I won't say don't buy a journal, but are you utilizing it to your best ability? Are you maximizing what could have come out of it? Right? So go back and look at all your journals, the one where you got 5 pages here and then you want to roll and writing 20 pages over here. That culmination of work is a book, right? Rip all the pages from here, from here, from here. Go find them because you probably got at least 3 at your house, right? One in your car. So get them all together, and that can be a book. But don't just let it be lined pages. Now, these are lined pages, right? So I'm basically saying don't buy what I've got already, but we do that. So if you are going to buy one, utilize it, stick with the topic, the subject, and you can even divide it out, right? Like I have little stickers in here. Let's see, was it in this one? No, I think it was in this one. Let's go look again. So, oh, I zipped it up. Okay, there's that. And so you can put little tabs, like these are really cute. I don't know where I got these from, maybe Michael's or something like that. But you could put tabs in, maybe a section with 10 pages, a section with 20 pages. And then you can write on the little tab what it's about, right? So you are dividing it up. So to keep your thoughts straight, you could say, okay, this section I'm going to write about this. this section, I'm going to write about this whenever I have thoughts. And it's just one journal, right? And so I know they've got journals out there that do that. So if it just piques your interest, or, the money is burning your pocket and you got to buy it, okay. But let's try to stay focused and on track and just get something completed, right? Because we'll have 40 of them, like I had 40 of them, which the intention was to give them. And then it was like, oh my gosh, right? So I hope this helped you. And I look forward to hearing that this was a journal and it turned into something else. I really look forward to seeing your book. Share down below if you do have a journal and it should be a book. Just your simple thoughts that you're jotting down. A day you got pissed off, and you just started writing and you think it's nothing. It is something. So I hope this helped you. And I just thought this was on my mind. And I said, oh, I'm going to talk about this because yeah, I was wrong about journals, because yeah, you can get a journal and it can just have line pages. And yes, it can become a book. Take care.